Yeah. I think the next podcast is strange new bowel movements.
None of that has anything to do with this episode.
Yeah, not a freaking thing. No.
You've just stepped into Damn It Jim, the podcast. And now, from the broadcast studios high atop Damn It Jim, the university, here are your hosts Dana Smith and Dan Kelzaretta.
Hey, Dan, how's it going?
Dana, I'm doing well. Hey, I went for my annual physical this week.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm still here. No issues, so I'm sorry, but apparently the podcast will continue.
Just sort of big sigh from the community out there. Yeah, so.
I think it was not a sigh. It was more like a, fuck. This guy's not going to kick the bucket. Yeah, but doing good. Everything here is going well. How about you? What's going on with you?
We got a new roof.
Wow.
That's pretty exciting. Yeah.
They trap any squirrels in there, Dana?
Yeah, it's funny. There's a couple cages in there, and they put squirrels on top of the roof and put them in these cages, and we have to go up on the roof and feed them periodically. So
No, I didn't mean trap in that sense. I meant, did any squirrels get stuck underneath the new roof? Like they're just permanently now up there. They're just going to be, scratching. And do they scream? Squirrels must scream.
I would think they do, because they chatter.
Yeah, they do make a loud noise when our dogs are in the yard too, and the squirrels are out there.
Oh, it's funny when they yell at dogs and stuff. I love that. Dogs don't like it. But...
No, the dogs don't like it. Yeah. What it translates to in human language is, I'm going to fuck up your internet. That's what they're saying, Dana.
I know where your coax cable is, and I'm ready to chew through it. Yeah.
I was out there cutting the grass yesterday, and I found a long, probably a 6-foot piece of cable out there, and I'm thinking, okay, did the guy who fixed the cable just happen to leave this sitting here, or are the squirrels back at it? That's kind of what I was wondering.
They're showing you what they can do. They just drop that in your yards. Like, don't mess with us, Dan.
Don't mess with us.
Yeah.
Well, good. Well, I'm glad you got a new roof.
So I'm all excited about this week, the start of a new season, full 10 episodes of Strange New Worlds.
Yes, me too.
So Dan, why don't we get started with this? And we usually start with the listener comments.
Yeah, that sounds great.
I think it's your turn to go first.
I can. And speaking of squirrels, Robert from Nevada sent us an email. He said, I'm good friends with many squirrels, and they have told me they are watching you, both of you.
I believe that.
Yeah, me too. And then also, we received a message via YouTube from C. Slimbarski. He says, oh boy, now you've done it. Look, if they'll do a musical episode and a Muppet episode, they'll do a Strange New Squirrels episode. When you see Squirrel Trek 2, The Wrath of Lamb Chop, it'll be your fault. Someone should do that, Dana.
By the way, my wife suggested that we do a podcast after Strange New World called Strange New Squirrels.
Let's do it. It could just be all about squirrel stories. That'd be pretty good.
Yeah.
We might get more listeners, Dana. And then we also heard from Lou from Canada. He hasn't written in a while, Dana.
He's been very busy.
He says, listening to your show, there have been several milk out of the nose funny moments where I was laughing hysterically. You guys haven't lost your edge. I almost look forward to Strange New Worlds coming back. And on a somewhat unrelated topic, my TV series Dream Job is now on Apple TV, so even Americans can watch it.
Wow, well, check that out.
Well, I think Dream Job must be about us. We're both retired and we do this podcast. I mean, what could be better?
Yeah, no kidding.
And then finally, Annoying Critic said, I was today years old when I realized that La'an rhymes with Khan. God help us. Anyway, that's all I have for this week. Dana, how about you?
We got a few comments through Facebook. A couple people gave us the thumbs up for doing the trailer podcast. And then we heard from our good friend Joey Corson. He said, another funny episode. Living in South Georgia, I've had some run-ins with squirrels. He goes, I can't wait for season 4 to start. He says, looking forward to seeing the foundation of Spock and Kirk's friendship. We also heard from our good friend Roxy Ray, who actually went out to a Trek show or sci-fi conference out in North Carolina. And she was putting out the good word for us.
Oh, good.
And she said regarding last week's episode, she's goodness, this episode should have a warning for all those who love critters. She says the body count was kind of high. She said squirrels are awesome. Did y'all know that in Brevard, North Carolina, there's an annual White Squirrel Fest? North Carolina is just full of squirrels. So, Dan, I would not recommend that you move there.
Well, the thing is, Dana, I love squirrels. I mean, I know I ran over one several times, but I love squirrels. I don't have an issue with squirrels at all. I mean, I like them, Dana.
Yeah, we were just relating a couple stories of bad things.
Squirrel murder. Well, she mentioned the white squirrels. There was a town in Illinois when I was growing up too that had albino squirrels. I don't know if it's the same thing, but what this town would do, or at least people in the town, is they would take the brown squirrels and they would drown them or kill them to try to eliminate their population so that they only had albino squirrels.
That's kind of drastic.
Oh yeah, yeah, they were forced to stop.
Good thing. Can you imagine trying to drown a squirrel though? I mean, like you hold its head underwater. It's not just gonna like let you do that, I mean, so
I think what people would do is they'd fill up like a garbage can with water and they'd toss it in and put the lid on.
that is sick.
Well, the thing is, though, they could make squirrel soup really easily out of it, though. That was the good part. Just get a ladle.
Fur comes off after a little while, and
No, I don't recommend that at all.
good.
No, we have a little water dish in the yard that the squirrels can drink out of. Yeah, I mean, it's not like I don't know, grease up a pole so they can't get a paltry little bit of food.
Yeah, but it's good entertainment. The cats love it, so the cats sit at the window and watch them climb up there. And I think that I've never seen a cat belly laugh, but I'm pretty sure inside that's what they're doing, I mean,
Well, one story I forgot to tell last week about squirrels is my wife found a dead squirrel in our yard. This was maybe 6 months ago. She said she thought the dogs killed it. I'm like, now our dogs, come on, they are not going to catch a squirrel. And she's like, I don't know. It had a lot of slobber on it. And I said, well, maybe the squirrel had a heart attack and they were just trying to give it CPR. I mean, that makes more sense to me. I mean, knowing my dogs. That's all the squirrel humor for this week, Dana.
Stay tuned at the end of Strange New Worlds as we start Strange New Squirrels. Yeah, so
I think we should do it, Dana. Let's start collecting stories. And if people have crazy squirrel stories, call us. Leave the squirrel story, and we'll start to build some episodes around this. I think it could be fun.
We can go out and interview squirrels.
We could have a whole segment, Dana, called Squirrel Talk.
Why don't we get started on season 4, episode 1 of Strange New Worlds, Valles Marineris. Marineris.
Look at this Marineris, Dana.
Why don't we? I knew right when I was saying it that was wrong. Damn, why don't we get started on season 4, episode 1 of Strange New Worlds.
I can't wait to hear you pronounce it.
Valles Marinera. Oh, Marineris. Marineris? It is something to do with a red planet, so I think Marinera works.
Marinera is better. I think you're right. Well, I knew it had something to do with Mars, but I couldn't quite remember. So, of course, I called up Damn It Jim, the university. Once again, Dana, we got this new operator. I think we need to get a different one because she sent me again to the culinary department. She thought I said marinara, and they were like, no, we keep getting these calls. So she sent me, back to, anyway, the astronomy department. So here's what they told me. Valles Marineris is a system of canyons on Mars running 4,000 kilometers, creating the appearance of a large scar on the Martian surface. And it's the largest canyon, Dana, get this, in the entire solar system.
Bet you Uranus has some big canyons.
I'm upset, Dana, that I didn't think of that first. That's
wow.
Yeah, Uranus has a large crack in it, Dana. There is no Uranus in this episode, however.
So, okay, let's get started. We start off with the captain's log.
Personal log, actually.
Personal log.
Which all logs should be personal, I think, Dana. You don't want to have 2 public logs. That's just weird.
Yeah, and there's been way too many public logs. We saw some in San Diego. And so...
Yeah, just so our listeners know, we went to San Diego a few years ago, and the amount of human fecal matter on the street was quite impressive.
Impressive is not the word I would have used, but yeah.
In San Francisco, actually, there's an app where you can log human fecal matter, and you can go on this app and see where it is, I guess, so you don't step in it. I don't know.
Yeah, because that's really a serious problem in San Francisco.
It is, yeah. Although in San Diego, sorry, in San Diego, you didn't see this, but I described it to you. Did I take a picture? I don't think I took a picture.
No, but if you took a picture, I wouldn't have looked at
There
it.
was this little kind of doorway, this little nook I happened to be walking past, and someone, I mean, when you have to go to the bathroom, you have to go. And there should be more public facilities available for people. I mean, there just should be. So I'm not blaming this person, but they probably had lactose intolerance and had 3 or 4 too many milkshakes, and the explosive splat that was on the wall. Like someone had taken, those lava cakes, that are molten on the inside. Had taken about 30 of those and just thrown it at the wall. That's what it looked like to me. Is that descriptive enough for you?
Yeah. I think the next podcast is strange new bowel movements.
But none of that has anything to do with this episode.
Yeah, not a freaking thing. No. So Pike is riding a horse. He's smiling. He's happy. He's in a cowboy outfit.
What about the horse?
The horse seemed to be smiling too.
I hate Westerns, by the way, Dana. Not a fan. I know you are. You're a fan of Westerns, right?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I love Blazing Saddles. I think that's the best Western ever made. But yeah, I just find them kind of dull. Old Westerns, the old timey. Not sure I've seen a new Western recently.
Are you done?
Well, my whole point there is I wasn't sure if this was Star Trek or a Western. When it first starts. Although I thought it was cool. I thought the opening was pretty cool. I mean, the planet, whatever planet they're on, and I thought it looked pretty cool.
And you see him, he's just, flying on the horse. And then we see there's 2 riders behind him.
Yeah, so the other 2 are Mabinga and Laan, right?
Yeah. So they pull up and say that, they're basically saying they're having a good time and something about hanging out with the inhabitants of the planet, and Lon got them drunk or something.
Oh, is that what she said? I probably need to put the subtitles on.
But I thought Lon looked good with her hair down and a cowboy hat.
Yeah, well, but you were picturing her with only that, I think.
Maybe chaps.
Assless chaps.
Number 1 calls and says they're ready to beam them up. When we see them back aboard, Spock is waiting for them.
Yeah, well, hold on. So they beam back up, and they've got their saddles. Well, where are the horses? They get beamed up to another part of the ship. Are they with the Irish people? Oh, wait, that was even a different series. Not even the same series.
Yeah, they just beamed him over to another planet. So there'll be a bunch of Irish people here shortly, another century or so. Sure, the horses will be fine.
But where did they go?
Maybe the horses were indigenous to that planet.
See, I guess now that I think about it, I got a little problem with that.
Well, because they were dressed as they were because they were trying to get along with the people that were there. And so you get the idea that, the people had horses.
I just didn't think about it that much to begin with, but now this is starting to bug me because this entire planet has horses, people who dress in Western garb. So it's a Western planet? Is that what we're talking about? Now I'm getting pissed off a little bit, Dana. Now I'm getting a little pissed off.
And I think they made this episode just to piss you off. Yeah, the start of this episode. So,
and I thought the start was good, but now I think it's not good, Dana. Thanks for ruining it for me.
I thought I was helping you with it.
I've only been on a horse maybe once or twice, I think.
Yeah, I've been on a few horses.
Well, I find horses scary. Like, they're so big, and they could easily just kick the shit out of you if they wanted to.
They can be intimidating. I think I told you that when I was doing my horsemanship merit badge.
It kicked you in the head, and that explains a lot.
The first horse that I rode on, they said, oh, she's great, and very docile and stuff. So we start off, it's a train, and I'm like 3rd from the back. Well, then the horse behind us is an asshole, and he's picking on my horse. Well, then my horse decides it's had enough and wants to go toe to toe, face to face with the other horse. So we do an about face. Like the Lone Ranger, how the Lone Ranger would, hey, oh, Silver, and would raise up the horse. My horse raised up and did a 180.
Wow.
And faced the other horse, and the trainer came riding up. She's like, turn her back around. And I'm like, she's doing what she wants to do. So I'm like, come on. I'm pulling on the reins again. The trainer reaches out, grabs the reins and jerks them, just turns the horse. But that was my first riding attempt.
See, that would have been my first and last.
So that was fun. So remember the away team had just beamed back up. We're talking about Star Trek Strange New Worlds, in case you forgot what podcast you're listening to.
Yeah, this isn't Squirrel Talk yet or Horse Training 101. We're not, yeah.
Spock says, Captain, do you need a hand with your gear?
He's like, no, that's what I got number 1 for.
Pike says, no, good horseman or whatever wants to handle his own gear. And then Lon comes up and she stops in front of Spock.
Hold on 1 second. Pike's hair, it's a little bit different this year, Dana.
A little bit.
But still freaking best hair on all of television.
Amazing. But Lon comes up and she smiles at Spock and he says something about, it seemed appropriate that I be here. Lon says, you just wanted to see me in my outfit with my assless chaps. Yeah. And then they're kind of touchy-feely, and Scotty is at the controls of the transporter, and he looks uncomfortable, and they realize they've made him uncomfortable, so they leave.
Thankfully, that's as far as it went.
Yeah, we're going to see more. We are.
I know, but we didn't see it today, Dana.
Yeah, okay. So you take a win. I see what you're saying.
I'm taking the win, yeah.
So we go to Pike's quarters. Una says Admiral April is coming aboard to talk to him, and next we see Pike bringing a drink to Admiral April.
Man, once again, though, Pike in the drinking, Dana. By the way, this Admiral April, I hope he plays a bigger role as we move forward. I think the guy's great.
Oh, I like him. Yeah. So then April tells Pike he's being considered for a promotion to Commodore.
That would take him off the ship?
Yeah, he'd have to go on tour with Lionel Richie. And April says, this is a good thing, and Pike needs to think about it. And then he says he's sending the Enterprise on basically what is a fun mission next.
Because they've been out, they haven't had any time off, and people are getting kind of tired, and they want some shore leave or just to relax a little bit.
Yeah, something not stressful. Next, we see Uhura and Ortegas talk about the new cadets, and Uhura says she's been practicing Vulcan with Spock because there's a new Vulcan cadet on the bridge. Then she goes to talk to the new Vulcan, and Uhura tries to talk to her in Vulcan, and the Vulcan, I believe her name is Ashay or Asha.
I'm not sure I even heard her name.
So Asha, or however you say her name, basically tells Uhura to stop because she's terrible at speaking Vulcan.
That's what our listeners probably wish we would do, is just stop, especially with the accents, Dana.
Oh, I think they tune in just to listen to the accents. See how bad we're going to slaughter them this week. Yeah.
This just goes to show, this character, that Vulcans can be real pricks. She is horrible. She's just freaking horrible, Dana.
So back in Pike's conference room with the whole team, he tells them they're going to explore a Category 10 interstellar squall.
Wow, that sounds like it could be a problem.
And Pelia.
Oh, yeah.
She says she's seen one before. She says, long time ago, not up close. She says, I think I was in a phone box or something.
That was a good impression right there. Well, it's another reference to Doctor Who.
Yeah.
They should do a crossover. That would be great.
I would not be surprised if they did one.
I mean, they did a musical.
Yeah.
Apparently, there's going to be the Muppet episode. Why not? Why not?
Next thing we see is a close-up of Pike's eye on the bridge, kind of bloodshot.
Well, I've been drinking with April all night.
As he stares out at the squall, and it's like looks like fire in space. They pass over the squall. Uhura gets an SOS basically from inside the storm.
Like there's a beacon of some kind and a Federation ship. They know that, I think, right?
So Ortegas guides them in closer as Pike suggests she keeps one foot on the brake.
Yeah, so cars must still be a thing in the... What century is this again?
23rd.
So cars must still be a thing.
Yeah, I had the same thought.
Well, in the J.J. Abrams movie, by the way, guys never contacted us, a young Kirk, he stole his father's car, right? And he's driving down the highway.
Then the storm starts kind of beating him up a little bit. Then it pulls him into a whirlpool of flames.
I mean, again, kind of cool.
Next thing we have is we're in the conference room and everyone's reporting that systems are down all over the ship. They don't have shields. They don't have weapons.
And you notice is like there was chairs on the floor, I mean, it looked a little, that part looked a little stupid, Of all the things that would go wrong on a ship, there'd be stuff everywhere, Dana. Not just like a couple of chairs on the floor.
They say they got pulled into a warp field and they don't know where they are. And then they say they need iridium to help ignite the warp core.
Yeah, somehow it just was gone, right? I mean...
Yeah. So they see a planet and they say send Una, La'an, and Ortegas to the planet to find iridium because they see that there's a source of iridium there on the planet.
But did you notice the name of the shuttle was named the Curie for Madame Curie?
I didn't notice that. It was funny because I was looking for it when it took off, when they were showing going towards the planet.
They mention it too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was for Madame Curie, who was not Madame Curie. Madame Curie owned the whorehouse across the street.
World famous. Yeah. Of course, where they go is a M-class planet.
Well, and Spock even says there are 3 M-class planets in the system.
Yeah. So then we see them get out of the shuttle and they use their tricorders and say the iridium is near a volcano, and you can see the volcano off in the distance. And then Lon detects life signs, big life signs.
Huge.
Ortegas is like, how big? She's like, big. They see this thing across a valley.
Kind of the trees, yeah. They can't quite see it yet, right?
They see like the tail, a little bit of the tail, and
They can hear very loud, not quite growling, but
kind of animal noises, loud. And so she walks forward and uses her phaser to shoot at the beastie. Everybody's like, oh, you can't do that. You can't do that. Be careful. And she's like, well, I just had it on stun. But she says it had no effect.
But did you notice the stun beam was blue? I don't know if I've ever noticed that before.
Back on the Enterprise, they say they're hit by something. The whole ship is shaken. We see this other ship on the outside that has some kind of tractor beam on it.
It was a cool looking ship, I thought.
Yeah.
I mean, once again, these special effects are so amazing.
And then we get the opening credits and a lot of new images in the opening credits.
So this is just up to the opening credits. And we've already been talking about this podcast for about 45 minutes.
Yeah, well, one of us keeps going off track. I'm not going to name names. Wanted to spend 45 minutes talking about, Westerns and stuff, but...
Well, it wasn't just Westerns. There's horses in there. Oh, by the way, I got to say something about after the credits. So I pay for the cheap version of Paramount Plus, right?
Yeah.
So I get commercials, and I was almost ready to pay extra to not get the commercials. But now here's the one that I saw today, Dana. It was the Venus pubic razor commercial. I am not making this up, Dana, and I can talk about it because it was the commercial on the episode, right?
Yeah.
I'm not changing anything. I'm just observing. I'm just talking about what I observed. They show this angle of this woman shaving from below, like shooting up. Now, she had like a bathing suit on, Dana, but those bathing suits are very skimpy to begin with, and she's shaving her nether regions. And I mean, this commercial should have been rated R, Dana. It really should have been. I mean, it was great. I'm not complaining that I got to see this commercial.
Now you're willing to pay for more commercials.
Yeah, I would pay for more like this commercial. But here's the thing that I think about. Let's say an alien race judged us as the human race by our commercials. We got the pubic shavers. Right?
Yeah.
You got your pain relievers, got your air fresheners, you got your don't shit your pants medicine, whichever Sky Rizzy or whatever the hell that one is.
Your erectile dysfunction.
If I were an alien species, I'd be like, we need to put these people out of their misery. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Did you watch the rest of the show after did you stay on that commercial?
No, I watched the rest because I was hoping to get another, pubic shaver commercial, but I didn't get another one. Maybe they limit it to one per episode.
You know how there's things like online you can see videos and stuff, and they'll show you so much, and then they'll say, well, if you want to see more, go to this website. Wonder if commercials should do that. I wonder if they would do more explicit commercials.
So what you're saying here, Dana, is, if I'm hearing you correctly, it's not only do you get the smile from the woman when the guy takes his erectile dysfunction medicine, but 12 hours later, you see him still going at it. I guess I should have only taken one.
Yeah, and the woman's no longer smiling. Yeah.
Wow. See, I'm not the only one who gets us off track here, Dana.
I'm just running with, where you started. So, So on the bridge, Pike asks about weapons. They don't have weapons.
Nothing's working.
So they decide they can communicate with the ship that holds them, and they finally get the universal communicator to work, and they contact Commander Castle.
Oh, that was the person's name, Castle. Okay.
She says, we've taken your damaged ship as salvage, and basically hangs up on him.
Now, do you think they've got White Castle on that ship?
I think that's where White Castle originated. Yeah, was in space.
I know we've talked about White Castle before. Every time we do, I wish there was one close by,
Have you ever gone and I've asked you this before, I know, but have you ever gone and gotten the box of frozen White Castles?
I've seen them. I've never purchased one.
Yeah, me either, because I'm scared. I know what they do to to you in person when they're cooking them live. I don't know what they do to you when you unthaw them and cook them.
Talk about needing a diaper.
Maybe you like double up on the diaper. Yeah.
I mean, White Castle, I'm sure they make a lot of money,
Yeah.
And I bet they make most of their money from like midnight to 2 a.m.
That's where Taco Bell makes all their money. I bet you like the price goes up on everything and nobody even fucking knows. Okay, I want a taco and a burrito deluxe. Yeah, and a Coke. Okay, that'll be $45. Okay.
That sounds like a good deal to me.
Oh, can I get chips and fries with that? It's like, yeah, we don't have fries. I'll pay extra. Okay, that's $70. And then you don't get fries. Yeah, I think that's what happens. That's where they make all their money. So Pike again tries to talk to Castle, and Spock warns Pike that the ship might be a pre-warp drive, and talking with them might be in violation of the Prime Directive.
How does he know this, that it's pre-warp?
He doesn't know. So he's, using logic that it's, you got to be careful until you know that they are post-warp drive.
Right.
But boy, I tell you, the rest of the show, Pike is just, damn the Prime Directive. Here's all the information you need. So Castle says she agrees to come aboard the ship to look at their weapons.
Yeah, that's really all they want, because they're fighting the dolmens or something. Is that what they're called?
Doldrums. I've been fighting the doldrums for years, but
there's some medication for that. I saw it on just after the pubic razor commercial. Just watching the pubic shaver commercial, Dana, that gets you out of the doldrums. Trust me.
I bet it does. Yeah.
Can you imagine that on your resume? Acting experience. Crotch shot pubic razor commercial.
Well, there's hand models, there's foot models, stuff like that. There's, face models. Maybe there's a pubic region model. I don't know.
Crotch model. It's a
crotch model. That's, I wonder if I can get a job there. It's a new side gig.
Or front gig, Dana. It might be a front. If it's a side, Dana, you better go see the doctor. You have a problem with that. What's in your pocket? Don't ask. Star Trek. That's where we are. Star Trek.
Jeez, no one would know.
If you just took a poll of like people who listen to us, and you were to ask, do you want to hear about Star Trek or do you want to hear about Dana and Dan rambling? I'm guessing it's 98% rambling, Dana. That's what I'm guessing.
Well, that's what people are getting right now. It's about 98% rambling. So
could be a little bit more. Wow. Okay.
So after they hang up, Spock informs Pike that they are in the Sol system 65 million years in the past.
Okay, Dana, I love time travel. And I was like, oh, yes. All right, we get a time travel story to start off season 4. I like it.
And Spock points out that the people that they're talking to are from the planet Mars.
See, I love that. I love that whole thing, this whole premise.
And that the planet the away team is on.
What is it?
Is Earth, Dan.
Oh, no, Earth, really. That's where the dinosaurs came from.
And I had already figured this out.
It didn't take like, a stunning amount of intellect to figure this. Not that you
well,
don't
obviously, yeah.
No, I wasn't insulting you, Dana. I mean, it may have sounded that way. When I think about it, I'm sounding like that fucking, Vulcan on the ship right now. Whatever her name was, Ashahole or whatever her name was. But,
O'Hara or something, yeah.
O'Hara, wait, is she an Irish Vulcan?
Oh, please. I never want to see an Irish Vulcan again.
And again, Dana, holy crap. Yeah, but I see, again, I love the premise, I just think it's cool.
Yeah, no, I liked it. At that point, we see dinosaurs on the planet.
Oh, I kind of spoiled that. I guess I shouldn't have said dinosaurs. Yeah.
They say they cannot kill the dinosaurs because it could alter the future. Okay, Dan, I about had a fucking coronary here. How would killing a dinosaur that gets bombed out of existence anyways change the future?
Well, here's how. I have an answer for you.
Okay.
The closest living relative to dinosaurs on Earth now are what?
Birds.
Let's go with chickens, okay?
Okay.
Birds and chickens. You kill the dinosaurs prematurely, we get no fried chicken, Dana, and that's a tragedy. No fried chicken.
Well, see, if they'd said that in the show, then I would have been like, oh, that makes perfect sense.
It makes just perfect. But now it all ties it together. Nice little bow. I mean, Scotty would be like, oh, if you kill the dinosaurs, we're not going to get no bucket of fried chicken. Like, come on, you do him. I can't do him.
Whatever you do, don't kill the wee dinosaurs, because you do that, we'll never get any fried chicken.
That's good. See, that was good right there.
That makes perfect sense. Okay, I'm with you now.
Yeah, see, now you get it.
So they're trying to figure out how they're going to get past the dinosaur.
Without killing it.
Yeah, without killing it. And Una says she has a plan, and you two aren't going to like it.
And then it cuts to the pubic hair commercial again. And I was like, I like this plan.
Yeah, Una says, okay, get out your Venus razors.
Well, and Venus is one of the planets in the solar system. It all ties together, Dana.
So they're waiting in the transporter room for Castle to show up. Here comes Castle and two big guards basically walk through the wall. And she says they phased through the wall and acts like it's the simplest thing in the world.
Yeah, and don't you have phasing technology? I mean, she was a little snotty about it, Dana.
So Mabenga wants to scan them for biological issues and contaminants and stuff like that.
Pubic hair.
Yeah, that's really what he's looking for. And
you got phasing technology, but we got the Venus pubic shaver. Our scans show that.
So we go back to the planet, and Una's plan is to stun the dinosaur by shooting it in the soft palate of the mouth.
There's got to be a sexual joke in there someplace, but one that we could not air, probably.
Yeah. So we go back to the ship. Pike is telling Commander Castle about the Federation, how the Federation all works together. This is in violation of the Prime Directive because it would change their culture and their world.
I guess I didn't really worry about it too much. I didn't really even think about it too much, except for what Spock said. You know, we can't tell them about warp drive because they might not have warp drive.
She says that things are different for them because they are always at war. And she asks that they see an image of Mars through their system, and they zoom in on it, and the planet looks like Earth. Then she asks to rotate the image, and it shows the other side of Mars and shows the Valles Marineris,
yeah,
where the doldrums, or whatever their name was, crashed a giant ship in and killed millions.
And created the huge canyon.
Yeah. So the next thing, and I knew you'd be excited about this, we go to another room and you get to see Sam Kirk and his mustache.
Oh, Dana. I was really hoping maybe he wouldn't be around, although I guess we saw him in the trailer, so we knew he was going to be there.
Yeah.
But yeah, the mustache, still annoying as ever.
So Uhura and Sam try to explain that they might be able to communicate with the doldrums using the universal compensator.
Wait, compensator? I thought it was a translator.
Did I say that?
Yeah, you said compensator. What are you compensating for, Dana?
So many things, Dan, we don't have time. So Pike suggests they may be able to end their war through communication. Then Pike hears that Castle and her guards have left the science lab and no one knows where they are.
Uh-oh, see, this is just walking around without a guard on him.
So Scotty and Pelia say Castle took the antimatter fuel cell.
No.
They're all like, what are they going to do with that? And I, at this point, figured out the rest of the story. Pike finally catches up to them. They're just carrying the fuel cell between the two guards.
That's kind of small, that fuel cell. You'd think it would be much bigger,
So Castle realizes the Federation doesn't exist yet. And she realizes that Pike lied to her by not telling her about her planet is going to die.
And she looks in the computer and sees what Mars looks like now, which is a dead planet, essentially.
Yep. So then we go back to Earth. and the team finds the wreckage that is the source of the iridium.
Yeah, so it's not a natural source.
Una moves ahead as a little like raptor or some kind of animal watches Ortega, and Lon kind of licks his chops.
Yeah, he's like, tasty snacks.
Yeah. And Ortegas and Lon find these pods of the creatures that were colonists. And they look in one, it's kind of like insect looking.
Right. But we know that these bugs are the doldrums, right? I mean,
Yeah. And so like a minute later, Una comes out with the fuel pod.
You'd think that stuff would be dangerous. Like you'd have to put it, I mean, iridium.
It sounds bad.
It sounds really bad, like very radioactive.
Yeah. Iridium, uranium, anything
Right.
that ends in is probably bad.
Damn it, Jim, the podcastium. Bad. Yeah.
So the dinosaur that was watching comes out and tries to attack, and Lon is standing closest to it, and she just like sets up and punches it in the face.
Punch, just a straight on punch. Yeah.
Right in the chops. The dinosaur kind of like reels back and then runs off. Suddenly they make it back to the shuttlecraft. Dan, the door of the shuttlecraft was open.
The whole time, Dana. There could be a dinosaur in there.
Or two or three. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, just
Eating like, food and just waiting for them to get back.
yeah, using the Venus razor. Yeah. It's So back on the ship, Lon says to Mabenga and Chapel that she broke her hand, but she doesn't feel any pain. Lon worries that her recessive warrior genes might be coming out.
So they're definitely setting us up for something here, Dana. It has to be. And Lon rhymes with Khan, as we now know. I mean, we knew it.
So they get all the ship's functions working again, and Pike communicates with Castle, and she says she has to save her people. And they realize the Martians are heading towards the fifth planet. Pike's like, Jupiter? And Spock says, no, it's Spock's suddenly impersonating Picard. No, Captain Pike. What are you, stupid? In this timeline, there are 10 planets in the solar system.
But Uranus is still the funniest one yet.
So they never say the name of the planet because nobody's there to name it.
This is also called the penis planet, and had it not blown up, it would have been even funnier than Uranus.
Oh my God. So Spock points out it's the home of the insects, the doldrums. The Martian ship is driving towards that planet. They're going to deploy the antimatter to that planet to destroy it. Everybody's kind of freaking out. It's like they can't do that. And they're wondering if they can stop them.
And they've got one photon torpedo. That's all they got.
Yep. Everybody's got, it's in range. We're almost there. We're ready. And then Pike says, stop.
You saw that coming.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that coming too.
Yeah. And then Una comes up next to him and says, you'll change the future. And Pike says, in our future, there is no fifth planet.
Well, there is, but it's not that planet. Because we have 9. Or is Pluto a planet again or not?
I think it's still a planetoid. So the antimatter hits the planet and blows up the whole planet. They realize that the Martian ship is too close, that it too will be destroyed by the antimatter blast.
Right. And they say that the captain knew that she was sacrificing herself and her ship to save her people.
And Pike looks at the ship just before it gets destroyed and says, I'm sorry.
You know what would have been better, though, is if this antimatter thing looked like a big fly swatter. That would have been just so much better. And I would have liked to seen some of the bugs get killed,
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that would have been good.
There's something pretty satisfying about getting a fly with a fly swatter. You know what I mean?
What would have been cooler is if they could have used a giant can of Raid and sprayed him. You see him all jerking around on the ground, falling, and dying and stuff. And yeah.
That would have been better. Yeah.
Except for it wouldn't have destroyed the planet.
Right. And we'd still have a fifth. Well, we already have a fifth planet, but we would have that fifth planet.
Then.
Wait, it's not over? That seems like it should have been the end.
Yeah. Spock says that using the antimatter explosion to be exact, they could propel themselves back to their time.
Okay. Now this part was kind of dumb.
And I saw this coming too.
Yeah. I did not see this one coming.
So he tells them to head into the blast. And everybody's like, we'll be shredded. Remember, you told us before, we'll be shredded. We see the ship get tossed and it looks like they hit warp drive. Then an asteroid breaks free, or, a big chunk of the planet.
And then we know what's going to happen.
And it goes plummeting towards Earth. Ends up being what caused the mass extinction of the dinosaurs.
But not chickens.
Thankfully. What would the world be without fried chicken, Dan?
Not as fat, but it would not be as... wouldn't be as good either, Dana. You know what I mean?
The blast also affects Mars. We realize what they did was what actually needed to happen.
And they kind of talk about this circular thing that if they didn't go there, then they wouldn't exist. So they had to go there in order to exist. I mean, that's kind of at the core of a lot of time travel stories, I think,
So next we see that they're all in the conference room and they're talking about this is what needed to happen.
The one part that I found interesting was, and that I didn't see coming, was that the SOS buoy was theirs. That I liked that. I thought that was cool.
Pike kind of laments that there is no trace of the Martians. Mabenga tells him that there is Martian DNA scattered throughout the galaxy, quite literally. He goes, shit hit the fan quite bad there. Later in Pike's quarters, he's talking to Admiral April.
Are they drinking again? I didn't notice.
I didn't see them. And he asked Pike about the promotion. Pike says he wants to focus on the now for at least 15 more episodes or so.
And fried chicken. And definitely some fried chicken.
And a Venus razor for my girlfriend.
Who's dead.
She's like the guardian, though.
Yeah, how come she couldn't help him with this? Where is she? I mean, really?
She's stuck in that room, like that room of mazes and stuff. Isn't she like stuck in the middle of it? She's the guardian now?
Yeah, but if she's the guardian, what is she guarding?
She's guarding some shit inside that room. I don't know.
Yeah, it seems like there wasn't anything in there worth guarding. You know what I mean?
Pike says he's not ready for a promotion, but he knows somebody who is. So next we see Pike celebrating with Una, and he says, congratulations, Commander. So then Uhura tries to sit down with the cadet, the Vulcan cadet. The cadet is very Vulcan and basically says that she doesn't fit in on this planet or on this ship.
Send her to the planet before it blows up. That's what I would have done.
And then we see everyone together at a table and they're all drinking. So Chapel asks about the dinosaurs, and Una stands up from the table and says, we've seen a lot of strange new worlds, but we'll never see something like this again. And Dan, that's how this episode ends.
So, Dana, you have something interesting to tell us about this episode.
Yeah, Dan, a couple new characters showed up here. Saffron Burrows, who played Castle. She kind of looked familiar to me. She's got an extensive film repertoire. She's an actor, writer, director, maybe best known for her roles in the series Mozart in the Jungle and Law and Order Criminal Intent, as well as she was in the movie Troy. She was discovered at age 15 by Naomi Campbell as a model, and she made her first film at age 17. She is 6 foot tall. You got anything you want to add, Dan?
Dana, I do. Also about one of the guest actors in the show, Bianca Nagura, who plays a Shah, and she is known for Heated Rivalry, Tell Me Lies, and also Law and Order Toronto, Criminal Intent.
Maybe she knows Lou.
And maybe she does know Lou. Yeah, Lou, if you know her, contact her. We'll have her as a guest on the show. The thing is, though, about her, Dana, it wasn't clear at the end if she was leaving. I hope she leaves. She's freaking annoying. She is now the most annoying character to me on this show. I get the impression she's staying because Uhura says something like, well, I got a whole year to work with her or something like that.
Yeah.
Maybe she'll be a crew member who dies or something.
So, Dan, let's move on to what would Kirk do?
Dana, I think this one is obvious. Kirk would have had sex with the alien captain, and that would account for all the Martian DNA in the galaxy. And if they would have really looked a little closer, they would have seen it was mixed with Kirk's. How about you, Dana? What would Kirk do?
Well, it's funny you said that, Dan, because my first point was Kirk would have had sex with her while he showed her around the ship. Also, I think Kirk would have taken a phaser with him when he was tracking down her and her guards when they were stealing the antimatter. He probably would have killed one guard, but she would have escaped with the antimatter, I think. How about a best part for this show, Dan? What do you got for us?
We know now 100% that the actors on the show listen to our podcast because Melissa Navia, who plays Erica Ortegas, does an impression of Scotty that is almost as good as yours, Dana. One of the best parts of this episode when she did that impression of Scotty. How about a best part for you?
Pelia makes a Doctor Who reference, which we we discussed earlier. And I just like that. Do you got another best part, Dan?
The special effects, Dana, are crazy good. I mean, better than anything else I've seen on television, and maybe even better than in some movies.
Yeah, it's impressive.
How about another best part for you?
I really liked when La'an punched the dinosaur with her fist. Dan, do you have another best part?
That exact thing that you just said. I thought it was great when she punched the dinosaur. Just thought it was fantastic. And Dana, how about one last best part for you?
We get the doom and gloom from Scotty. Yeah, it's funny with one point when all the red alert signs are going off and stuff, and they're pushing the warp core drive or whatever. Scotty goes, "There is a reason for that going off, for the noise going off."
Well, even Pike tells him to turn it off.
Yeah, he just turns back and says, "Turn it off, Scotty."
Yeah, that was great.
How about a worst part for you, Dan?
The new Vulcan on the ship. I mean, I would not be upset, Dana, if she bit it early in the season. Like, I don't even know why she's there, Dana. I don't see the point yet in having this new character. It's season 5. We only have 15 episodes to go. How much are they going to really develop her? They need to off her pretty quickly. How about a worst part for you?
We've discussed the Spock and Lon's ongoing relationship. I was really hoping that they had broken up and that Spock was just surly now.
Dana, how about one last worst part for you?
We discussed this a little bit, Dan, but the Enterprise is the reason for the extinction of the dinosaurs, the eradication of the 5th planet in our solar system, and the fact that Mars is, not colonized, doesn't have anything kind of creatures on it. That's all I can say. Dan, what about a dilemma for this week?
Dana, I think, we really have all the information needed to make a decision. And even when we do, it's impossible to know what all the possible ramifications will be. And I think this is what Pike struggled with. But it's also just part, I think, of being human. How about a dilemma for you?
Kind of the same thing. I don't say it as...
Eloquently?
Yeah. Yeah, don't hurt yourself patting yourself on the back.
I just learned that word yesterday.
Pike's dilemma about the detonation of the antimatter on the alien planet. He has to make the decision in a split second, kind of against the wishes and thoughts of his crew.
So, Dana, with all the other episodes of Star Trek we've done counts. But this week, there was nothing to count.
We have a fights count?
We do have a fights count, yeah.
I was wondering if we would count La'an punching the dinosaur.
You know what? Let's do it. Let's count that one. So I'm going to add that on the list. La'an punching the dinosaur. So, Dana, that moves us up to 34.
Well, we got something out of it, Dan.
Got something, Dana. Got something. Dana, what about your final thoughts for this episode?
Dan, I thought this was a good start to season 4. There's some action, some drama, a little bit of laughter, and a big focus on what the Federation and Star Trek is all about. I thought it was good. We also get a glimpse of La'an's story for the season, or what her next adventure is going to be with herself. Maybe her augmented DNA is resurfacing. That's going to be interesting. Pike is still very somber. Una gets promoted.
Wait, so why is he somber? He's rid of that ball and chain, Dana.
Yeah, he's still got this whole thing hanging over him that he's going to have this terrible accident. Scotty and Ortegas have this kind of back and forth banter. And there's, Ortegas imitates Scotty and they kind of give each other grief. I'm still not crazy about the relationship with Spock and La'an, if I haven't said this before. I don't know why we need this. Finally, dinosaurs. Here's something. Only 2 dinosaurs really interacted with the away team. But when they look back in the kind of the flashback of looking at the planet, there's dinosaurs fucking everywhere. So how did they find this one path where there was only 2 dinosaurs that get in their way?
Yeah.
And the whole getting the fuel pod is so quickly resolved. So there's some little things like that. I know, they got to cram it all into 47 minutes or whatever it is.
You got to make room for those commercials. The Venus flytrap pubic shaver.
I get it, but they rushed it. I don't want to be nitpicky. So overall, I enjoyed it. It was great to see the gang back together and doing so well. What do you got for us, Dan? What are your final thoughts?
I thought this was a great way to start season 4. Classic Star Trek. We get a new species. We get a complicated dilemma. There's compelling characters. Difficult decisions needed to save the ship. And of course, time travel. I love time travel, I think, if I haven't mentioned that. And, fried chicken gets saved for us to enjoy. I thought the writing was tight. Characters were fun to watch. The themes about fate and destiny were dealt with in a way that I didn't think was trite. I thought it was pretty well done. I mean, there were some small things. You've mentioned those. That didn't distract me. In fact, during the episode, didn't think about them at all for the most part. I think this may be one of the best ones in the whole series. And you know, we had some disappointing ones in season 3, but I think this more than made up for it. And I'm once again pretty hopeful about what's to come next, Dana.
Very cool. Dan, speaking of what's next, what is next week's episode?
Next week, Dana, is the Andy Griffith incident. No, sorry. It's the Griffin incident.
I was like,
They go back in time to Mayberry, and they meet Andy and Aunt B. Barney. Oh, man. I used to love the Andy Griffith show. Yeah, it's so good. So, Dana, I'm looking forward to next week. And I won't even be on vacation next week, Dana.
Well, Dan, it's always great to get together with you and talk about Star Trek. And special thanks to everybody who does write in and call on a consistent basis. We really appreciate your support. So until we meet again, live long and prosper.
Thanks once again for listening to Damn It Jim, the podcast. This podcast was written and produced by Dana Smith and Dan Kelzaretta for Ramble Jar Productions. We'd love to hear from you. Please give us a call on the Damn It Jim hotline at 509-676-6298. From Dana, Dan, and the entire staff at Damn It Jim, have a great rest of your week. And, as always, remember to live long and prosper.